Today we're going to talk about integers, what they are and how we identify them and how we can use them. The reminders I want to give you before we begin are how these videos are the same as being in class and how they are different. First of all, I will still be teaching you the same way. I still expect you to write everything down in your notebook. I still expect you to log this lesson in your table of contents, and you are still responsible for this material. How it's different is you can rewind the lesson and listen to it again. I also want to remind you that if I go too fast, you can pause me and slow me down. You can watch it in your pajamas, and you must complete a reflection in your notebook for this video. So let's start with putting it in your table of contents. Mine will be on page 7. That may or may not be your page. So put it the appropriate page number. Integers. What are they? Is our lesson. And my date is August 5th, 2012. Your date is probably different because we're not starting school that early. So put your correct date on there. Now, let's see if I can find page 7 in my notebook. Page 7. Integers. What are they? Let's figure it out. An integer is any whole counting number its opposite and 0. That's all the integers. So if we look on a number line and we start counting just like we did in kindergarten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on and on and on and on forever. And their opposites, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and 0, all of those are the integers. So you might be thinking, well, that's all the numbers. That's all the numbers I can think of. But we have to think, so what's not an integer? Examples of numbers that are not integers are fractions and numbers with decimals. So 1 1/2, 3/4, 0.5, and 3.25 are not integers. Identify each of the following as an integer or not integer. -7, -12, and 4.3. Press pause until you've got them complete, please. I bet you got them all right. 7 is an integer. 12 is an integer. And 4.3 is not an integer. For your reflection, please write in words how you determine if a number is an integer or not, and then might make 3 problems for a classmate to determine if it's an integer or not. Make an easy one, a more difficult one, and a very difficult one, and do this in your notebook for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention.